On a stormy night, Sarah was driving home from a late shift at the hospital. The rain poured down in sheets, making it difficult to see the road ahead. She was exhausted, her eyes heavy, but she knew she was only a few miles away from her home in the countryside. She turned onto the familiar, winding road that led through the dense forest to her secluded house. As she navigated the sharp turns, her headlights caught something on the side of the road, an old, rusted car, seemingly abandoned. Curious, Sarah slowed down and peered through the rain-streaked window. The car looked ancient, with its paint peeling and tires deflated. There was something unsettling about it, but she couldn't quite put her finger on what. Deciding it was none of her business, she continued driving. However, a few minutes later, she noticed her own car's engine starting to sputter. The dashboard lights flickered, and the radio emitted a burst of static. Panic rose in her chest as she realized her car was losing power. She pulled over to the side of the road, hoping it was just a minor issue. As soon as she turned off the engine, the rain seemed to intensify, the wind howling through the trees. Sarah reached for her phone, only to find it dead, despite having charged it earlier. She cursed under her breath, glancing around for any sign of help. The old car she had seen earlier was nowhere in sight. Suddenly, a pair of headlights appeared in her rearview mirror. Relieved, Sarah got out of her car and waved her arms to get the driver's attention. The vehicle slowed down and stopped a few feet behind her. It was the same old, rusted car she had seen before. The driver's door creaked open, and a tall, shadowy figure stepped out. He wore a long, tattered coat and a wide-brimmed hat that obscured his face. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine as he approached her. "Need some help, miss?" the man asked in a gravelly voice. "Yes, my car broke down," Sarah replied, trying to keep her voice steady. "Do you have a phone I could use?" The man shook his head. "No phone, but I can give you a ride. There's a gas station a few miles down the road." Sarah hesitated. Everything about the man and his car screamed danger, but she didn't have many options. The storm was getting worse, and she was stranded in the middle of nowhere. "Okay," she said reluctantly. "Thank you." She followed the man to his car, noticing how the interior was just as dilapidated as the exterior. The smell of mold and decay filled her nostrils as she slid into the passenger seat. The man started the engine, and the car roared to life with an unsettling growl. As they drove, Sarah tried to make conversation to ease her nerves. "Have you lived around here long?" she asked.